Book of Zephaniah. Word of Adonai that arrives to Zephaniah, son of Cushi, son of Gedaliah, son of Amariah, son of Hezekiah, in the days of Josiah, son of Ammon, king of Judah. I totally sweep away everything from the face of the earth, declares Adonai. I sweep away man and beast. I sweep away the birds of the sky and the fish of the sea, also the stumbling blocks of the wicked. I cut off mankind from the face of the earth, declares Adonai. Quote, I stretch out my hand upon Judah and upon all the inhabitants of Jerusalem. I cut off the remnant of Baal from this place, the names of the idolatrous priests, along with the Kohanim, those bowing down on the roofs, to the host of the heavens, those bowing down, swearing to Adonai, and also swearing by Molech, those turning from following Adonai, not seeking Adonai or consulting him. Be silent before Adonai, for the day of Adonai is at hand. Adonai prepares a sacrifice. He consecrates his guests on the day of Adonai's sacrifice. I punish the prince and his cohorts, king's sons, and all who dress in foreign attire. In that day I punish all who skip over the threshold while filling their master's house with violence and deceit. In that day, declares Adonai, there is the sound of screaming from the fish gate, wailing from the second district, and a loud crash from the heights. Quote, Howl, inhabitants of Maktesh, for all the people of Canaan are destroyed. All who weigh out silver are cut off. At that time I searched Jerusalem with lamps and punished the men whose spirits harden, who say in their hearts, Adonai, quote, Adonai does neither good nor evil, unquote. Their wealth is plunder, their houses are ruin. They build houses and not live in them. They plant vineyards and do not drink their wine. The great day of Adonai is near and arriving very quickly. The sound of the day of Adonai is bitter. The shouting of the warrior is there. That day is a day of wrath, a day of trouble and distress, a day of devastating storm and desolation, a day of darkness and gloom, a day of clouds and thick darkness, a day of shofar and alarm against the fortified cities and against the high corner towers. I bring such distress upon mankind that they walk the blind, for they sin against Adonai. Their blood is poured out as dust, and their flesh dung. I bring such distress upon mankind that they walk as a blind, for they sin against Adonai. Their blood is poured out dust, and their flesh dung. Neither their silver nor their gold is able to rescue them on the day of Adonai's wrath. With the fire of his passion, the entire earth is consumed. For he makes a total dreadful annihilation of all the inhabitants of the earth. Gather together, O shameless nation, before the decree is brought forth, before the day passes away, chaff, before Adonai's burning anger arrives upon you, before the day of Adonai's anger arrives upon you. Seek Adonai, all you humble of the land, who execute his judgment. Seek righteousness, seek meekness. Perhaps you are hidden on the day of Adonai's wrath. For Gaza is abandoned, and Ashkelon is a wasteland. Ashdod is driven out at noon, and Ekron is uprooted. Oi to the inhabitants of the seacoast, the nation of Cherethites. Word of Adonai is against you, Canaan, the land of the Philistines, and I destroy you until there is no inhabitant. The seacoast is pastures with meadows for shepherds and folds for flocks. The coasts belong to the remnant of the house of Judah, upon which they graze. In the houses of Ashkelon they lie down in the evening. For Adonai their God visits them and returns them from captivity. I hear the taunts of Moab and the jeers of the children of Ammon, who taunt my people and expand on their border. Therefore, while I live, declares Adonai Sabaoth, God of Israel. Therefore, as I live, declares Adonai Sabaoth, God of Israel. Moab is Sodom, and Ammon Gomorrah, a possession of weeds and a salt pit, a perpetual wasteland. The remainder of my people plunder them. The remnant of my nation dispossesses them. This is what they get for their pride, for they taunt and expand against the people of Adonai Sabaoth. Adonai is fearsome against them. For all the gods of the earth he makes waste away. To him bow each from its place, the islands of the nations. You Ethiopians too are slain by my sword. He stretches out his hand against the north and devastates Assyria, and makes Nineveh a wasteland. Makes Nineveh as a wasteland, dry a desert. Flocks lie down in her midst. All kinds of beasts, both the little owl and the great owl, lodge in her pillars. A voice hoots in the window. Ruin is in the doorway, for the cedar beams are exposed. This is the exultant city, dwelling securely, saying in her heart, quote, "It's me, no one else except me," unquote. How is she a ruin, an abode for wild beasts? Everyone who passes by her hisses and shakes his fist. Oh, oi to the oppressive city, filthy and defiled. She does not obey, she takes no correction, she does not trust in Adonai, she does not draw near to her God. Her prince and his cohorts within her are roaring lions. Her judge and his cohorts are wolves of the night, leaving nothing except bone for the morning. Her prophet and his cohorts are reckless, treacherous men. Her kohanim profane what is holy. They do violence to Torah. Adonai is righteous in her midst. He does no justice. Morning by morning, he brings his justice to light. He does not fail, yet the unjust knows no shame. I cut off the nations. Their towers are desolate. I destroy their streets with no one passing by. Their cities are laid waste with none living there. I say, quote, surely you reverentially fear me. You accept correction, so her dwelling place is not cut off. All that I appoint against her, unquote. And they arise early and make all their deeds corrupt. Therefore wait for me, declares Adonai, for the day when I rise up for plunder, for my decision is to assemble nations, to gather kingdoms, to pour out my fury upon them, all my burning anger, for in the fire of my wrath all the earth is consumed. For then I restore to the people pure speech, so that all of them call upon the name of Adonai and serve him shoulder to shoulder from beyond the rivers of Ethiopia. My worshippers, the daughter of my scattered ones, bring my offering. On that day you are not ashamed, because of all your deeds, by which you rebel against me. For then I remove from your midst your proud, arrogant ones. For then I remove from your midst your proud, arrogant one and his cohorts, and you never again are haughty on my holy mountain. And I leave among you by which you rebel against me. For then I remove from your midst your proud, arrogant ones, and you never again are haughty on my holy mountain. I leave among you a people meek and humble. They take refuge in the name of Adonai. The remnant of Israel does no injustice. The remnant of Israel does no injustice, nor do they tell lies, nor is a deceitful tongue found in their mouths. For they graze and lie down, and no one makes them afraid. Sing aloud, O daughter of Zion. Shout in triumph, O Israel. Rejoice, exult wholeheartedly, O daughter of Jerusalem. Adonai takes away your punishments. He turns back your adversary. King of Israel, Adonai is in your midst. Never again do you ungodly fear harm. On that day it is said to Jerusalem, quote, have no ungodly fear, O Zion. Do not allow your hands fall limp. Adonai, your God, is in your midst, a mighty Savior. He delights over you with joy. He quiets you with his love. He dances for joy over you, singing, unquote. Quote, I gather those among you who grieve over Modim. It is a burden of shame on you. Behold, at that time I deal with all who oppress you. I save the lame and gather the outcast, and make them a praise and a name throughout all the land where they suffer shame. At that time I bring you in. At that time I gather you free. I give you renown and glory among all the peoples of the earth. When I restore your captives before your eyes, unquote, declares Adonai.